trying to be hip, and with it on a Wednesday for 30-minute musings, I'm wearing my Wu-Tang shirt. Wu-Tang, yeah, it's a Wu-Tang Wednesday if you ask me. Took a quick picture, put it on my Facebook page. I don't know if I'll use it as a profile picture. Maybe I could for a spell. But I welcome you all in for 30-minute musings. 87 degrees. Cloudy. Looks like we got some rain about to roll through. Looks like some did already. Some rolled through yesterday too, so who knows how late that's been stirring around. What's this guy doing? You know what? Where are you going? Going straight? Cabbie, what are you doing? You got to the intersection before me. Don't fucking wait and sit around like a yutz. Anyway. I felt a little sore this morning, so I just kind of... I did the total body synergistic workout, which is far more mild than the others, I admit. I kind of wish it would last longer, though. Some of it, I think, is just, it's sped up too quick on itself. Certain things go too quick for what I like them to be. Some of it is just perfect. A minute doing this, on this side, using this leg, a minute on this side using that leg. That's fine. But then the other thing, let's just do 4 reps of this and then we're done. This other thing, let's do 8, even though it's kind of 4 and 4, a combination move. Like, that thing takes too long. Other things, I don't know. Total body synergistics. I think it's a good sort of a cool down type of a workout. Okay, and this cabbie's really going fucking slow here. Like, he's got nobody in there with him, you can tell. Because he's going slow. Probably waiting for a fare. I can imagine that's not the most fucking... That's probably not the coolest life to have, being a cab driver, just going... Especially a place like this. This is not New York City. I mean, there, yeah, be a cabbie, fuck, everywhere. Every fucking day, every corner you turn, somebody needs a ride. Like, that's gotta be... Although stressful with the traffic and all that shit, it's gotta be decently profitable, I would think. As many fares as you get, people, here's whatever, it was a $15, $16 trip, here's a $20, keep the change. Fine, alright. A couple of bucks here and there, no problem. Picking people up from the airport, maybe. Those people that you hoping got a little bit of money, whether they're coming or going, god damn it, and the cab's got to go in my lane too. He's got to make the left turn. And hey, nothing against the fucking, the yellow cabs down here. Well, it's Yellow Cab Company. It's not like the cabs are yellow by color, because they're not. But I use this exact taxi service every single time I need to get to the airport. Every time I'm with this outfit. And I don't want to say their phone number out there, but... Not because they're always good, but this specific driver. No turn signal going into the Publix, you jerk off. That's a motorcycle passing me. Should have got that taxi's number. No turn signal. I need 9 dash cams. I got a little bit of precip hitting the window. Very light, though. South it doesn't look too bad. But out west, the way I'm heading towards I-95, yeah, it's all gray. Covered up in full. So for a workout tomorrow, let me get back to that really quick. I'm thinking maybe I don't just do some core because I got to work the shit job tomorrow. I don't even know when. I got to call as soon as I'm done with this recording. And I got to call up and ask, like, hey, I took off on the 26th for my birthday, and then they tried getting back at me and scheduled me off the following Thursday because they're pricks like that. So what do I work today? Because I haven't been in that building in like 3 weeks, which is kind of a good thing. I just need to know when I have to work. Sometimes they'll tell you, well, we can't give that information out. It's like, I can't make it into that building at all. Can't make it there. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be getting back whatever time in the morning. And I need to know what time I need to work. They're that fucking anal about it. It's like, no, my name is Mike Lacomiak. I work backroom dayside. When the fuck do I work? My employee number for Target is 36347003. Punch it in and tell me I'm wrong. Tell me something, all right? I only work on Thursdays. What more do you want to know? My social security number? Like, well, we can't give that information. I'm like, come on. It's like, I'm calling. You are the HR representative. So resource me, human. Be resourceful. Tell me when I work. It's like that job. Oof. That's why I call it the shit job. Because there's so much bullshit. Like, you can't tell me when I work. Like, it is expected of me to get my ass in that building. I'm there 1 day a week, and I don't even want to be there for that. I mean, if they sent out emails, that's a little different. Then I could check it there, no problem. Try logging onto the HR website. I can't. Every computer, every method I've tried outside of that building, you have to use the computers that are in that building, locked into that network, to use any of that shit, any of those resource materials. There's no smartphone app for it. You can't log into a different, like my laptop can't do it. The computers at the fucking radio station, same thing. Well, and at the station, that works the same. There are certain things you cannot access outside of that building. You know, for obvious reasons. And like, I get that, but the schedule, that should be simple. I mean, it shouldn't be public access, but if I punch in my numbers, you know, my username and password to their shit, but it's always like an error, you know, whatever. File 404, file not found. It's like, you're kidding me. That's the website that they told me about. That's the one through corporate, through the website. But you can only access it through their networked computers. It's like, give me a break. I can't even check my own fucking schedule. And when I call up, they tell me they can't tell me. The shit job. Yep. So you know a little bit about that. Well, fuck them. You know, it's run like a clown show. Well, even a clown show is probably a little more fucking locked in than that. Like, even if it's marginally disorganized and fucked around, it's like, okay, but at least the jugglers can juggle. At least the tumblers can tumble. At least the fire hoop jumpers can jump through flaming hoops. You know? Simplistic shit. So I'll see about that. I may have to fucking, well, let me talk to a manager then. Because I can't make it in the building today. I can't. I'm out of town. I'm going to be getting home late. I mean, granted, I know what my availability is, but if I get there 3 hours ahead of time, well, that's a waste of my time. Like, I need to know when you people have me scheduled, and I'll take care of it from there. I mean, for fuck's sakes, you know, for three, make that 4 days out of the year, and I only work there 1 day a week, so okay, 52 weeks, okay, you got me for 48 weeks, pretty fucking solid. So I took 3 days for vacation to visit my family, which was unpaid, mind you, and then I took my birthday off, which I did take paid. What did they do to get back at me? Scheduled me off the very next fucking week. That's how this place operates. So it's a fucking joke. That's why, you know, Target, like the logo is a bullseye. That's why I call it Bullseye High. Because it's like high school. You got your little cliques, and it's just a bunch of fucking idiots trying to impress each other. And it's, you know, for me, it's like, motherfucker, I'm not here for you. And not everything, by the way, is about you. So... but they got their own little agendas and cliques, and, you know, fuck them. It's like, when I was really busting my ass for that place, nothing. Oh, the economy's bad, we can't give you a good raise. I'm like, wait a minute, you couldn't give me a good raise? Why? The economy? That's your excuse? So I was busting my ass when things were good, then I was getting good raises. Now, the economy, and they're going to stick with that excuse. They still do. Like, oh, the economy's not good. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's like, okay, well, if the rewards aren't going to be worth it, guess what then? It's like, I'm going to have to do things how I see fit. It's like, well, we got a new computer system to set up how we're supposed to do inventory. All right, but that thing's so wrong. It's asking for the wrong things. It's asking for things that were just backstocked. They just tore down one of the shelving units to move shit around. And it's asking for these things. Like, we do not need 50, blenders. We don't. we did not sell 50 blenders in the past hour, hour and a half. We just didn't. It's going to ask me that we need all 50 of them because they're needed on the floor space. Well, then somebody else didn't do their job correctly. Whether it's punching things in on the floor space, that shelf got tore down, and maybe things weren't recalibrated in the system or something. Like, let's just say, I'll put it to you in that sense. There's 50 blenders on the floor currently, and this might be between a few aisles. Like I said, they tore down that aisle to make space for something else. So now instead of 50, there's only like 10 that they need out on the sales floor. Well, when somebody goes to, if they don't update and tell the computer that, 50, well, let's say 40 blenders get backstocked into the back storage area, and then when our generated bullshit comes along and tells us, hey, we need items, it's the top of the hour, start pulling things off of the shelves here in the back, it's going to say, wait, we need 40 blenders because there's 40 missing on the sales floor. Well, that's because they didn't reset their fucking system to tell it, no, we only need 10 on the sales floor. We no longer need 50 because we just tore down that aisle. They don't tell it those things. They don't punch things through. So somebody fucked up their job so I pull 40 blenders, try to work them out to the sales floor. They're not going to go. So then I have to backstock them yet again. Now, there's a good way to get around all this shit. Number one, it's do what you got to do and tell it, okay, instead of 50, we need 10. That helps me. But for me in the back room, because I know when things look like bullshit, you can just tell over time. It's like, who in their right mind is going to buy 40 blenders? It doesn't make sense. Or it's like, I'm selling a lot of, or not selling, I'm being asked to pull a lot of Pringles right now. Even if Pringles are on sale, they don't sell like that. So why do I need 18 of these, a dozen of these, Like, why does that have to be the case? That doesn't make sense to me. So, okay, I can tell that a lot of this is just going to be bullshit. So I'm pulling this for nothing, because I'll get out there and look out on the sales floor, and, oh, look, every location for these things is jack full. Maybe they, like I said, they reorganized something. They moved the end cap of the aisle, or the section that they had all the Pringles in, like they minimized it so they could put room for like more Doritos or something else. And they didn't reset something and told the computer, like, okay, instead of 100, there's only, because it's Pringles, fine. Instead of 100 of these, there's only going to be like 50 of them. So if they don't update things, the system's not going to get updated, and it's going to tell me, when they come and they put all that stuff in the back room, well, look at that. We just added 50 to the location. Well, imagine that. Now something's wrong. Oh, no, we need those 50 to get back to 100. No, we don't need them. Yeah, that's what my day is every day at Bullseye High. It's somebody's fucked up something and it spills down on me, and I gotta, though they don't want me to, I gotta find ways to fix it. It's kind of like, I've given it the equation of it's probably like, cleaning up other people's shit. I mean, I called it a clown show. Maybe it's like a circus. And I'm the guy that's got the shovel, right? You know what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, look at the pretty elephant. Look at him stand on his hind legs. Oh, isn't that cute? Okay, well, we need somebody out here to clean up this mess now. Instead of a shovel, they would give you like a pitchfork to pick up elephant shit. That's how this place runs. So I'm not looking forward to going there tomorrow, but again, even just calling them up to see when I have to be there tomorrow. Not looking forward to that, because it's going to be headaches, hassles, and horse shit. And Lord knows I don't like either one of those. It gives me a headache, because it's a bunch of hassles, and it's basically just a bunch of horse shit. That's the extent of it. But hey, if I can just milk it out one day a week. Here's the other thing too that's kind of a joke upon itself. I work there one day a week, and that's not always an 8-hour day, because it's corporate retail. So of course, everything's scaled back like a motherfucker. Well, you would think I'd be the person they'd want there 10 or 12 hours a day. Because, well, shit, he's only here one day a week. We physically cannot give him 40 hours, can't even give him 30 hours in a single day. Just not possible. You would think they would want me there the most out of anybody for that one given day, because it doesn't affect things as much, I don't think. But let's just say that I'm there, even if it is 8 hours, all right? If I'm there 8 hours a week, other people are struggling to get by. Like, if that's their main job, their main source of income, they're struggling to get 30 hours a week. So, okay, let's just say they get 32 hours a week, just to bump things up on an average. Okay, so I get 8 hours a week, they get 32. Well, shouldn't their pay raise be 4 times more than my pay raise? Because they are there 4 times more than me. See, it's kind of a ha-ha, I gotcha, and I'm kind of working things for what they are. By the way, the toll to I-395 is now $250. So that keeps changing. Jesus Christ. And it looks deathly dark down here, down south. Because I'm heading past Hollywood right now. The big old water tower. But anyway, yeah, I'm there 1 day a week. Sometimes 6 hours at the most. It's rare to get an 8-hour day for whatever reason. Because I don't know, they're trying to scale back everything. Who knows? Whatever. But we don't have the hours. Of course we have the hours. We're open from 8 a.m. till when the fuck ever. We have hours. But, you know, it's just the corporate run of things. But yeah, if I'm there 8 hours a week, other people are there like 32 hours a week. Let's just give that as a base average. I know that's off, but they're going to be there 3 to 4 times more than I am. Shouldn't their raises be 3 to 4 times more than mine? I've told people that in the past. I'm like, dude, keep this as a backup job. Get something else. Get something else you want to do. This, I mean, look at my dumbass. I've been in this building for quite a long fucking time now. What's this, 2016? Late next year, it'll be 10 years in that building. Whew. Wow, think about that. You know, since I moved from Orlando to down here, like, that's been the consistency for me, having that fucking job. But now that it's only 1 day a week, it's still a headache. It's a fucking joke, don't get me wrong, but if I can get it padded up like this, 1 day a week, and my raise is, dare I say, equal to everybody else's raise, even though I'm only there for a fraction of the time they are, okay, I guess that's me taking advantage of things. The place is a joke, but to some degree, I'm kind of laughing with it. Laughing at it, but you know. Because, I mean, they had you when you were grinding away trying to, you know, and hey, we were all trying to bust our ass trying to do, you know, 40 hours a week. You know, the money's better that way. Things seem to be good, and just good people ended up leaving. Management positions and what else. And I think as a whole, the place has just been the drizzling shits for a little bit. But, you know, may as well take what I can get out of it. Now the wind really picked up and so did the rain. Wow. Really got blown around there for a little bit. Oh, look, Pembroke. Here's my exit anyway. Thank God. Well, that kind of sped up, huh? I didn't think I was that far already. But you get talking about something, start talking about the shit job, and there you go. And yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, it's an hourly paid job. Well, so is the radio station. I'm not going to lie about that. I know a lot of other people be like, "Oh, I'm making this much a year." It's like, okay, I get that, but are you doing what you really want to do? Are you at least in the building of where you want to be? I know a lot of people, well, they're going to do this, and they're going to do this, and they're going to do this, and, you know. Well, my dad or my stepdad has a law firm, someone's telling me. It's like, is that what you want to do, though? I mean, like, I kind of, like, laugh at the people, like, oh, I'm going to do what my father did because you're creative, I suppose. But I'm going to do what my stepdad's doing. Hey, if the money's good, I get that. You know, build up a little bit and then then go do what you want to do. But yeah, I'll complain about the small shit I'm doing because, like I said, it's small shit and it's not what I want to be doing. But once that all gets built up, well, there we go. Different story. And I'm not looking to build up fucking working a retail job or... Hell, even at the station, being a technical operator, you can't survive on that. You know, that's not a career choice. But I'm in that building where I want to be. So that makes a huge fucking difference. Just what I'm currently doing ain't what I want to do, but I'm in that building. Yeah, bullseye high. Oh, Yeah, that's a joke. That's backup. I mean, they're both kind of backup for each other because they're both corporate, which kind of stinks, but if there's layoffs, well, then I can always double up on the other one. It frees up a lot of time for me. Wow, wind. I mean, that's just punching my car. Where are we at here? 9 some minutes ago, 9.5. Doing pretty good, even with a little bit of shit weather coming in. Breezy as a motherfucker all of a sudden, though. Wow. I mean, it was nice out when I just walked out to get to my car. I saw the bad weather when I was heading west, but woof. See, now the wind seems okay. I don't even notice it in the tree. Oh, no, a little bit around here. A little bit. Looks like it's swirling. In case you're wondering, right here at the intersection at South Park Road and Pembroke, 235 gallon of gas. Not bad. Boy, 8 years ago, gas was like $3.70. How the hell? Back to the wipers. Just like high school. They got little cliques, and sadly, like I know plenty of stories of people who have been let go, people that they kind of set them up at the bullseye high. Yep. So what they'll do is, like, if you're a shift manager in a certain location, what they'll do is maybe they plant it or not. Well, like, let's just say, so there's a cup of coffee, a little styrofoam cup or whatever. Because we're connected to a mall in that building. So let's just say whatever, a little an Orange Julius, whatever you want, a McDonald's fucking cup. And then they'll have that like sitting on a shelf in your area out on the sales floor. And if the shift manager does not get to that thing quickly enough, that's a write-up. You're not keeping your zone clean. Even if they plant it or not, they will make tabs on it, not tell the person, and then hold it against them. Like the people that are now in charge, bunch of fucksticks, straight up. Then it's just, There are some decent people in there, but the decent people aren't in charge for the most part. Or at least they're not near my department, Like I said, if I'm back room, day side, yeah, snakes and weasels. Those are the people in charge of that area. But hey, I don't want it to be a career, so fuck them. I'm not trying to move up in that place. When I was working up in Orlando at Bullseye High, they said, you want to be a manager? I'm like, no. And that was before I really knew all the shit that happens. They're like, well, why not? I'm like, because I wouldn't want to be my boss. Somebody who's always right. I wouldn't want to be my boss, and then I got to be the boss of everybody else. And I know when I'm coming in, if this guy's hung over, I got to do like all of his work too. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, be responsible for all these people? No, not doing that. And granted, I was also one of the young punks when I was working there up in Orlando. So, I mean, just to give you an idea, about to cross over 441, by the way, for those of you playing at home. I haven't really been looking for license plates, to tell you the truth. I noticed a few, but probably a New York and a Georgia. I definitely saw Georgia, if you want to play that game. They're definitely on the board. New York has to be. Whether it was taxi cab yellow or the white with the double blue trim, I know I've seen one of them. Just got on a pretty wild tangent here. I'm surprised. We're cruising pretty good today, even though there's like shit weather looking outside. And yeah, but the shit's swirling because now it's blue sky over there, and back behind me out east. Now that's heavier, fucking darker clouds. It's just nuts to see all this stuff. It really is. This weather will change like fucking crazy. So I'm going to be locked inside all fucking for the next few hours at the station, so unless the power goes out, the weather ain't bothering me nothing. I mean, or if a tree falls on my car, gets flooded up, the parking lot's fucked, or, you know, my place gets flooded, whatever. But those being the extremes, otherwise weather ain't going to bother me for the remainder of the day. Nighttime's a little different. But, you know. Rain, I don't mind if you're so much all or nothing. I hate that in-between shit. Well, the wipers don't need to be on full blast here. Well, they don't even need to be on the slow setting. Just once. Wait about 15, 20 seconds. Oh, gotta do it again. Sometimes it's not enough, sometimes it's too much. And what do I call this recording? Do I call this one the shit job? Nah, not so much. I don't know, and maybe this is too much confidential information. Well, it's the truth, though. I do kind of jokingly say, I don't know why they haven't fired me yet, because I've been pretty honest with them about a lot of things. It's like, you know, the system's in the back, like, no, I'm not going to pull all this stuff, because I know it doesn't need it. It's like, well, I'll pull it, but I'll take care of it my own way. Well, you can't do that. Well, then you work this stuff out to the floor, because it's not going to go. And please prove me wrong. If you're calling me a liar, let's sit down and talk about this. Because this stuff's not going to go out. Oh, no, hold on, blah, blah, but you got to do this. Well, no, I don't, because it's not going to go. Now, it's asking me that we need 50 of these things, but I know they're not going to go out. I know they're not. I just saw somebody, like, backstock them into this location. I know we don't need them all. I know we don't. So I'll go about it my own way, because it's going to work. And it's not going to bother the next person who needs to come back here and look for it. Or when the system, you know, does, like I said, pretty much top of every hour when I'm there. Top of every hour, the computer says, oh, we need to get all these fucking items. Get them pulled from the back, get them out onto the sales floor. Pulls, we'll just call them pulls for now. It's like every, you know, top of the hour when the pulls are asked for. It's like I'm basically saving somebody else a headache. Giving myself one, but easing them the pain of a headache, because I'll take care of this, so it's not gonna ask for Pringles anymore unless we need them, or it's not gonna ask for 50 goddamn blenders unless we need them, and it won't ask for 50. It might ask for 3. See, that's a more realistic number. How many do you think we've sold in the past hour or so? Even if they're on sale, yeah, well, 3. It's asking for like 5 of them. That's fine. 50. Give me a break. It's like, I know how to fix it, even though they don't like the way I do it. Because it's not their way. It's still right, it's just not their way, you know what I mean? And they don't understand cause and effect, they just see the end result and like, oh, that's the problem. Okay, but what caused the problem, you know? Like, it's a different story there. But they don't see it that way. They're the people that, like, they read the last page of the book, or the last paragraph, and like, oh, they know the whole story now. No, you fucking don't. That's kind of how they operate. But I know we're winding down. Less than a minute to go. We got about, let's call it just over 30 seconds, because that's what we got. And I'm just about to make my turn onto West Island Drive by the North Perry Airport. So I got to make that fun little phone call yet today. Hey, I get to make my turn with fucking no worry. Green light, traffic ain't crossing through. Whoop. Sweet. And now through these nice little back neighborhoods where the 2-story houses are. Nice. Well, might not be tomorrow. Actually, it might be Saturday. But for 30-minute musings, till we meet again, everybody. I'll catch your ass down the road.